Betty, dear child, will you wake? Will you open your eyes?
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, the doctor. Let her come. Let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his book.
Then he must search on!
Sir, he has been searching his books all morning since you left, sir. But he bid me tell you that you may want to search two natural things for the cause of it.
No! No! There be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine, and put out all thought of unnatural causes here. There be none.
Aye, sir. Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home, and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her. Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think you'd best go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people, sir. I'll sit with them.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. You tell them I confessed it. But they're speaking of witchcraft that he's not wished.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation, and I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. And when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened, and then she fainted. And there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look, you child. I have no desire to punish you. That will come in its time. But if you have trafficked with spirits in the forest, I must know it. For surely my enemies will, and don't ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out, Abigail. My enemies will bring it out. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I know it, Uncle.
There's a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is discovered as the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
These are only sports, Uncle.
I saw Teachable waving her arms over the fire when I came upon you. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth.
She always sings her Barbados songs and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
A dress. And I thought I saw someone naked through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself.
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail. Now my ministry is at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now. For I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There is nothing more, I swear it.
Abigail, I have fought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just when there must be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child, and put clothes upon your back. Now give me an upright answer. Your name in the village. It is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I am sure it is. There be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other cause than you have told me for Goody Proctor discharging you? It troubles me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all this time, no other family has called for your service.
They were slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not flatten my face for any of them.
Goody Putnam, come in.
It is a marvel. It's surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam.
How high did she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Why, it's sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her go over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird, he said.
Now look, you Goody Putnam. She never flew. Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It's a providence the thing is out now. It's a providence.
What's out, sir? What's out?
Why, your eyes is closed. Look, you man.
That is strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick?
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know.
does your child ail?
She ails as she must. She never wakes this morning, with her eyes open as she walks. Hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken surely.
You say you sent for Reverend Hale Beverly.
A precaution only. Mr. Hale has much experience in the demonic arts, and I think that
He
with him...
has indeed, and found a witching Beverly last year. Let you remember that.
Now, Goody Ann, they only thought that we're a witch. And I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft. Now look you, Mr.
Thomas! Thomas, I pray you leap not to witchcraft. I know that you, least of all Thomas, will ever wish so disastrous a charge laid upon me. We cannot leap to witchcraft. They will hound me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Now look you, Mr. Paris. I have taken your part in all contention here. And I would continue. But I cannot if you hold back in this. The hurtful, vengeful spirits lay hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot leap.
Tell Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, I have laid 7 babies and baptized into the earth. Believe me, you never saw more hearty babies born. And yet, it will wither my arms the very night of their birth. I have spoke nothing, but my heart has clamored indignation. And now, this year, I grew. I only see her turning strange. Secret child she has become this year. Shrivels like a sucking mouth for pulling on her life too. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? What may Tituba do?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Ann, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul. But who else may surely tell us what person murdered my babies?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris. And not this proof of knowledge. Last night, my feet were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir. For how else is she struck dumb now except some power of darkness would stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot do more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir, not I. Tituba through.
Now I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house! In my house, Thomas! They will topple me with this. They will...
Pardon? I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Well, her grandma's home. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before. There's the sign of life. I worry no more, Goody Putnam. For a grand sneeze and another like it would shake her wits together, I'm sure.
Thomas, would you leave me now? I would pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why do you not go down?
No! No! I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down. Speak to them. Pray with them. Then listen for your word, mister. Surely you will pray with them.
I have no stomach for disputation this morning. I will lead them in song, but let you say nothing of witchcraft yet. I will not discuss it. The cause is yet unknown. I've had enough contention since I came. I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth, do you hear? I love you.
If she starts for the window, cry out to me at once.
Yes, Uncle.
There is a terrible power in the used today.
How is Ruth sick? It's weirdish. I know not. She seems to walk like a devil since last night. Betty? No, stop this, Betty. Sit up now! Have you tried beating her? I gave her the good one. It woke her for a minute. Here. Let me know. No, he'll be coming up. Now look here. If they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told him as much already. And one more. He saw you naked. Oh, Jesus. What do we do? The whole village is out. Now, I talked to your papa, and I told him everything, so there's nothing to... What ails you, buddy? Your mama's dead and buried. I'm fine, Mama! Let me fly! He told him everything he knows now. He knows everything. You drink blood, Abby! You drink blood! You will never say that again. You will never... You did! You did! You take a charm to kill John Proctor's wife! You take a charm to kill Goody Proctor! Now look you. All of you. We danced. And Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters, and that is all. And mark this. Let any of you breathe the word, or the edge of the word about the other things, and I will come to you in the blackest and terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads in the pillow next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night. And I can make you wish you had never seen Sunhill dance. Now you, sit up and stop this! Abby, what's got her? She's going to die! It's a situation! Oh, I'm just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your arse one of these days. I'll get you home. My wife is waiting with your work.
I must be off. I have my roof to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor. She's only gone silly somehow. She'll come out of it.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
Oh, John, sure you're not believing she flies.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's bubbling witchcraft.
Oh, posh. We were dancing in the woods last night and my uncle lived in numbers. She took fright is all.
Dancing by moonlight. You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No. No, Abby had not come for that.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
I come to see what mischief your uncle's brewing now. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I am waiting for you every night.
You'll put it out of mind, Abby. I'll not be coming for you more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I came near. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me then and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things. I have seen you since you put me out. I have seen you nights.
I probably stepped off my farm with 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John. And yours has drawn me to my window. Do you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream but I wake and walk about the house as though I find you coming through some door.
Child.
How do you call me a child?
You may think of me softly from time to time. And I will cut off my hand before I'll ever reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind, Abby. We never touched.
Aye, but we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a cinnamon
You'll speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She is blaspheming my name in the village. She is a cold, sniveling woman, and you beg to her. Let her try
You look for wicked.
I look for John Proctor to put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Satan was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by all these Christian women in their covenanting pity me.
No, God forbid!
Mark it for a sign, mark it!
That is a notorious sign of witchcraft afoot. A prodigious sign.
My mother told me that when they cannot bear to hear the name of the Lord,
Rebecca, come to her. We are lost. Suddenly she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There is hard sickness here, Giles Corey, so please keep the quiet.
I have not said a word. No one here can testify that I have said a word. Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies. Quiet now.
what have you done?
Pray, calm yourselves. I have 11 children and am 26 times a grandma, and I have seen them all through their silly seasons. When I come on them, they will run the devil, bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. The child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still, and for love it will soon itself come back.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
Rebecca, this is no silly season. My Ruth is bewildered. Rebecca, she cannot eat.
Well, perhaps she is not hungry yet. Mr. Paris, I hope you are not decided to go in search of loose spirits. I've heard promise of that.
A wide opinion is running in the parish that the devil may be among us. And I would satisfy them that they are wrong. Then let you come out and call them wrong. Are you our minister or Mr. Hale? Did you consult the wardens of the church before you called this minister to look for devils? He's not coming to look for devils. Then what's he coming for?
There be children dying in the village, Mr. Proctor.
I see none dying.
Okay, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes.
Aye.
This will set us all to arguing again in society, and we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on Dr. Griggs now, and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor is baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves and
How may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed has peopled this province. And yet I have but one child left of 8. And now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
You think it's God's work you should never lose a child, nor a grandchild either, and I married all but one.
When Reverend Hale comes, we'll proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command, Mr. Paris. We vote by name in this society, not ignorance.
I never heard you worry so on this society, Mr. Proctor. I did not think I saw you in a Sabbath meeting since snow flew.
I have enough trouble without I come 5 miles. To hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. There are many others who stay away from church these days, because he hardly ever mentioned God anymore. That's a drastic charge.
It's somewhat true. There are many that quail to bring their children into...
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward this ministry. Where is my wood? My contract provides that I be supplied with all of my firewood, and I am waiting since November for a stick. Even in November, I had to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed £6 a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
I am paid little enough that I spend £6 a year on firewood. The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I'm not some preaching farmer with a book under his arm. I'm a graduate of Harvard College.
Aye, and well instructed in that matter.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year. I am not used to this poverty. I left the thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I do not fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer one proposition without there being a line of argument. I have often wondered if the devil be in it somewhere. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Paris, you are the first minister ever to demand a deed to this house.
I am your third preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like a cat whenever some majority feels the wind. You people do not seem to comprehend that the minister is the Lord's man in the parish. He is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted.
Aye.
There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you speak 1 minute without we land in hell again?
I am sick of hell. It's not good for you to say what's good for you to hear.
I can speak my heart, I think.
What? Are we Quakers? We're not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may tell that to your followers.
My followers?
There is a party in this church. I'm not blind. There's a faction and a party.
Against you. Against him and all authority. Why then? I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have a crop to sow and lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? Let's find that party. He says there is a party. I have changed my opinion of this man. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind what trouble be among us all these years. Think of it. Wherefore is everybody suing everybody else? I have been in court 6 times this year. Is it the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clapping for defamation? You're old, Giles, and you're not hearing as well as you did. Why, John Proctor, I only last month collected £4 damages for you publicly saying I'd be the roof off your house, and I never said no such thing. But I paid you for it, so I hope I can call you deaf without charge. Come now, Giles, help me drag my lumber home. I'll be down first! A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber's that you're dragging home, if I may ask you? My lumber? From out my forest by the riverside. Why, we are surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That tract is in my bounds. It is in my bounds, Mr. Proctor. In your bounds? I bought that tract from Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago. He had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will that all the land between the river and your grandfather had a habit of willing land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plain. That's God's truth. He nearly willed away half my north pasture, but he knew I would break his fingers before he set his name to it. Aye. Let's get that lumber in, John. I feel a sudden will of work coming on. You love one oak of mine, and you'll fight to drag it home. Aye, and we'll win 2 buckles. This fool and I. I'll have my men on you, Corey. I'll tuck a writ on you. Pray, someone take this.
Mr. Hare, it's good to see you again, sir. My, they are heavy.
They must be. They are weighted with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
You shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down your boy. Well, you cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I do. But I suppose you look as such a good soul should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman, Mr. Thomas Putnam, and his good wife, Anne?
Putnam? I had not expected such distinguished company, sir. It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to you to come to our house and save our child. Your child will speak.
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps, and yet she walks.
She cannot eat. Cannot eat? Do you men also have afflicted?
No. These are farmers. John Proctor.
You don't believe in witches. I never spoke on witches one way or the other. Will you come, Giles? No, John, I think not. I have a few clear questions to ask this fellow. I've heard you be a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I hope you'll leave some of it in savor.
Will you look at my child, sir? She tried to jump out the window. We discovered her this morning on the high road, waving her arms as though she could fly.
She tries to fly. She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, Mr. Hale. prophesying of witchcraft.
No! No! Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are as definite as stone. We must only look to his proper signs and judge nothing beforehand. I must tell you all that I shall not proceed. And do not believe me if I should find no trace of elements.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by your decision.
Good thing. Now, sir, what were your first warning of this strangeness?
Well, sir, I discovered her and my niece, Abigail, and 10 or 12 other girls dancing in the forest last night.
Permit dancing!
No. It was secret.
Mr. Harris played of conjurings.
We cannot be sure of that, Goody Ann.
I know it. I said my child, she should learn from Tishbone who murdered her sister.
Goody Ann, you sent a child to conjure up the dead.
Let God blame me. Not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it a natural work to move 7 babies before they have lived a day?
7 dead in childbirth.
What book is that?
What's there?
Here is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, this devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. Here are all your familiar spirits, your incubi, your succubi, your witches that go by land, by sea, and by air, your wizards of the night and of the day. Have no fear now, for I shall find him out if he has come among us. And I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she is truly in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I am too old for this.
Why, Rebecca? We may open the boil of all our troubles today.
Let us hope for that.
I go to God for you, sir.
And I hope you do not mean that we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come now, Mr. Hale. Let's get on. Sit you here.
Mr. Hale, I have always wanted to ask a word, man. What signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I have awaked many a times at night, sir, and found her in the corner reading of a strange book. Now, what do you make of that?
Why, that's not necessarily a sign.
But it discomforts me. Last night, mark this. I tried and tried, but I could not say my prayers. Then she closed the book and walked right out of the house. And mark this. I could pray again.
Ah, stoppage of prayer. That is strange. I'd like to speak further on that with you.
I'm not saying she's touched the devil in any way, but I would admire to know what books she reads and why she reads them. She'll not answer me, you see.
Aye, we'll discuss it. Now mark me. The devil is in her. You will witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please, to keep your wits about you. Mr. Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Our Betty here. Will you sit up? Can you hear me? I am John Hale, Minister of Beverly. I have come to help you, dear. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly?
How can he be the devil, sir? Why would he choose my house to strike?
What victory would the devil have to win a soul already had? It is the best the devil wants, Mr. Paris. You better than the minister.
That's deep, Mr. Paris. Deep.
you, child. It need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Perhaps some bird invisible to others comes to you. Perhaps a pig, or any beast at all. Does some figure bid you to fly? In nomine Domini Sabat, sui filice et ad infernus. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I think I have to say that I saw a kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
Never only soup.
Soup. What sort of soup were in the kettle, Abigail?
Why, it were beans and lentils.
Mr. Paris, you did notice, did you? Any living thing in the kettle? A mouse, perhaps? A spider? A frog?
That frog jumped in. We never put it in.
A frog, Abby!
We never put it in.
Abigail, it may be a cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
I never called the devil. Tituba called him.
She called the devil.
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Did you feel a strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps? A trembling below the
I
ground?
didn't see no devil. Benny, wake up. Wake up, Benny.
What are you concealing? Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself on the goodness. I did drink in the kettle. She made me do it. She made Benny do it. She made me drink blood.
Blood.
My baby's blood. No. Chicken blood. I can see chicken blood.
Have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir. I don't talk with the devil.
Why did she not break? Are you silencing this
I
child?
love thee, Benny.
You have sent your spirit upon this child, have you not?
She sent her spirit out of me in church. She makes me laugh in prayer.
She has often laughed in prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood. You beg me to conjure, Abby. She begged me to talk. I'll tell you something. She comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me dream corruption. Abby! Sometimes I wake, and I find myself standing in the open doorway with not a stitch on my body. I always hear her laughing in my sleep. I hear her singing her Barbados songs and take vision of her.
I want you to put it up!
I have no power on this child, sir.
You most certainly do. You will lose her from it now. When did you come back with the devil?
I can't come back with no devil.
Tituba, you will confess yourself, or I will take you out and whip you to your death!
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken to hang.
No! Don't hang Tituba! I tell him I don't desire to work for him, sir!
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is very difficult to break with it entirely. We are going to help you. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
You love these little children, Tituba.
Oh, yes, sir. I don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God.
I love God with all me being.
Now in God's holy name.
Bless him! Bless him!
And to his glory.
Eternal glory! Bless him! Bless God!
Open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord!
Who comes to you with the devil? Perhaps a person in the village. Someone you know.
Who came with him?
Osborne. Did you see Osborne? Or Goody Good?
Was it man or woman come with him?
Was woman.
A woman, you said. What woman? What woman?
It was black, dark, and dark. I couldn't see. I couldn't see.
But you could see him. Why could you not see her?
Well, they was always talking. They was always running around and carrying on.
I was Salem. Salem witches!
I believe so, yes, sir.
You must have no fear to tell us who they are. Do you understand? We will protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
Sir, oh, I do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft. And that speaker wishes to come to heaven's side. We bless you, teacher.
Oh, God bless you, Mr. Hale.
You are God's instrument put into our hands to help discover the devil's agents among us. You are chosen, teacher. You are selected to help us cleanse our village. So speak utterly, teacher. Turn your back on him and face God. Face God, teacher. God will protect you.
Oh, God protect teacher.
Who comes to you with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
There was 4. There was 4.
Who? Their names. Their names!
Oh, how many times he made me kill you, Mr. Paris?
Kill me.
He said, Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris no goodly man, Mr. Paris mean man, and no gentleman, and he made me rise out of my bed and cut your throat! But I tell him, I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he said you were for me, teacher Martin. I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear. And I put you way high up in the air and you go and fly back to Barbados. And I say you lied. You lied. And then he come one stormy night to me and he said, look, I have white people belong to me. And I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good.
I said, that's Goody Osborne. I knew it. Goody Osborne was midwife to me 3 times. I begged you, Thomas, did I not? I begged you not to call Osborne. I feared her. My baby's always shriveled in her arm.
Take courage, teacher. You must give us all their names. How can you bear to see these children suffering? Look at them. Look at their God-given innocence. Their souls are so tender. We must protect them. The devil is out to bring on them like a beast upon the flesh of a pure lamb. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I danced the devil. I saw him. I wrote his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw Nancy Eagles with the devil. I saw Goody Hale with the devil.
She speaks. She speaks.
Glory to God. It is broken. They are free.
I saw Martha Phillips with the devil. I saw Goody Singer with the devil.
The marshal! I'll call the marshal!
With the marshal, bring honor.
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
I will plant it. Far out to the forest edge.
Oh, you're done then.
Aye, the farm is seated. The boys asleep?
It will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you well today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Oh, is it? From Jonathan's trap?
No. She walked into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she'd come to visit.
That's a good sign walking in.
Pray God. It hurt my heart to strip her. Poor rabbit.
It is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender.
Aye. I think we'll see green fields soon. Warm as blood beneath the clouds.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacob's heifer. How would that please you?
It would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Excited?
Aye.
Spawn's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seed in it.
It must be.
On Sunday, let you come with me, and we'll walk the farm together. I never see such a load of flowers on the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again. Are you?
You come so late. I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why you let her? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth? You are...
It is a mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says, waiting magistrates of the general court. And at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I would to God she were. There be 14 people in jail now, she says. And they'll be tried. And the court have power to hang them too, she says.
They never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speak of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowds will part like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in jail for bewitching her.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Aye, it is. It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. It is a wonder that they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I will think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I am only wondering how I may prove what she told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it is not easy to prove she's fraud. And the town gone so silly? She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, aye.
Why, then it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others coming soon after.
Do as you wish, then.
Woman! I'll not have your suspicion anymore! I'll not have it!
Then let you not earn it!
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look, you.
I see what I see, John.
Do not look to judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you go to judge your husband anymore. I have forgot Abigail,
And I.
Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she is gone. I have not moved from there to there without anything to please you. And still an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted. Every moment judgment relies as though I come into a court when I come into this house.
John, you were not open with me. You saw her with a crowd.
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I am.
No more! I should have roared you down when first you told me your suspicion. But I wilted. And like a Christian, I confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. You're not. Let you remember it. Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me. And judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John. Only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery. I am in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what are these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do? And my wife not wholly well?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair poppet.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true that we 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang? Hang, you say?
I.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He said
what?
That sometimes she made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book with her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down, and we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, an open court she near choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Mary, surely you don't believe that.
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I never heard you mention that before.
Well, I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into this court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches, so burial and poor. But then she sit there, denying and denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my neck, and the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot be there. And then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice. And all at once I remember everything she done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she'd come to this very door, begging bread and a cup of cider. And mark this, whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? Why, she may mumble hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month on Monday, I think, I turned her away empty, and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do, I think.
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he asks her so. Goody Good, says he, what curse do you mumble that this girl may fall sick after turning you away? And then she replies, why, Your Excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's not right answer.
Aye, but then Judge Hawthorne say, recite first your commandments. And out of all 10 of them, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must, when she condemned herself.
But the proof. The proof.
I told you the proof. It's hard as rock, the judges said.
You will not go to that court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone every day now. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail for some time. And here's a wonder for you. Think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
Dr. Briggs examined her and she's full to the brim. And smoking a pipe all these years and no husband either. But she's safe, thank God. Will not hurt her as a child. But be that not a marvel, you must see, sir, it's God's work we do. So I'll be gone every day now for some time. I'm an official of the court, they say.
I'll official you.
I'm not there for women anymore, Mr. Proctor. The devil's just in Salem and we must discover where he's hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of
This
you.
ain't alive to death.
I am accused?
You are somewhat mentioned. But I said that I never saw no sign that you sent your spirit out to hurt no one. And seeing that I lived so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law. I cannot tell it. I'll only hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more, Mr. Proctor. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat to dinner with us but an hour ago. I would have you speak civilly to me from this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not put her to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman, however single.
You wish to sit up? Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then!
Good night.
Oh, the noose. The noose is up.
There'll be no noose.
She She wants me dead. I knew all week it would come to
You
this.
dismissed it. You heard her say.
And what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John. You know it.
Say sit down. And we must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Fear nothing. I'll find Ezekiel Cheever. I'll tell him she said it were all sport.
With so many in jail, more than that is needed now, I think. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. She may dote on it now, I am sure she does. And thinks to kill me and to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There be 1,000 names, why does she call mine? I am no goody-good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne, drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, that there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
Have you ever shown her someone of contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed. For I am there and she's so close.
When will you know me, woman? Or I stone I would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may since break it, John, break it.
Good then. I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will curse her audibly, oldest sinner in hell. Fear not. But pray, begrudge me not my anger.
For anger, I only ask you.
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit and I am honest. But I'll plead no more. I see now your spirit twist around a single heir of my life. And I will never tear it free.
You tear it free. When you come to see that I will be your only wife or no wife at all. She hasn't heir with you yet, John Proctor. And you know it well.
Good evening. Mr. Handel. Good evening to you, sir. Come in, come in.
I hope I do not startle you.
It's only that I heard no horse.
You are good wife Proctor.
Ah, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
No. No. We're not used to visitors after dark. But you are welcome, sir. Come in. Sit you down. I will.
Let you sit, good wife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hand?
No. No, it rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling in tonight.
Look.
Let you sit, sir. I will not keep you long, but I have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No. No. Come without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you are aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
You know it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am new here, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of them that become accused before the court. So this afternoon, now tonight, I travel from house to house. I now come to Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think so.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt that the powers of dark are gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. There is too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge in that line. But it's hard to think that so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years such good prayer.
Aye, but the devil's a wily one. Cannot deny it. However, she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. I thought, sir, to put some questions as to the Christian character of this house, if you will permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good thing. In the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely in church on Sabbath day.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
26 times in 17 months, sir. I must call that rare. Will you please tell me why you were so absent?
I never knew I must account to that man whether I come to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I surely did come when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Your house is not a church, sir. Your theology must tell you that.
Aye, sir, it does. And it tells us that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What candlesticks?
Since we built the church, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know, and a sweeter hand never touched the metal. Then Paris came, and for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had it. I labor the earth from dawn of day to blink of night, and I tell you true, when I look up to heaven and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes the man dreams cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
And yet, sir, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in the church. Tell me, you have 3 children.
Ah, boys.
How come it that only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Parrish should lay his hand on my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
That is not for you to decide, sir. The man's ordained. Therefore, the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
I have no suspicion.
I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Did you? That's a good sign, then.
It may be I've been too quick to bring the man to book. You cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion. I think that's on your mind, is it not?
I have, sir. There is a softness in your record. A softness.
I think maybe we have been too hard with Mr. Paris. I think so. But sure, we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, sir?
I am sure I do, sir.
Let you repeat them if you will.
Commandments?
I.
Thou shalt not kill.
I.
Shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. shall not make him to be any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the two of us, we do know them all. I think it'd be a small fault.
Theology, sir, is like a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be counted small.
There be no room for Satan in this house.
I prayed. I prayed daily. Well, then I bid you good night.
Mr. Hale. I do think you are suspecting me somewhat. Are you not?
Be Proctor. I do not judge you. My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the book. I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness, and cannot prove it, except my word be taken. But I know that children's sickness have naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do.
They were discovered sporting in the woods by Mr. Paris. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail.
Ah.
Abigail Williams said it had naught to do with witchcraft.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why? Why did you keep this?
I did not know until tonight that the world has gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense! I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it, and why not?
But they must hang for denying it. There are them that will swear to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have. I have indeed. And you, sir, would you testify to this in court?
I had not reckoned with going into court. But if I must, I will.
I falter.
I falter nothing, but I may wonder if my story will be credited in such a court. I do wonder on it, when a minister as steady-minded as you will suspicion such a woman that never lied. She cannot lie, and the world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat, mister. I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me now, for I've heard a thing that troubles me. It's said that you hold no belief that there may even be witches in this world. Is that true, sir?
I know not what I have said. I may have said it. I have wondered if there be witches in the world.
Then you do not
I
believe.
have no knowledge of it. The Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman,
I cannot believe it.
you cannot.
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot think the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale. When she keeps an upright way as I have, I am a good woman, I know it. And if you believe I may do only good work in the world, and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But woman, you do believe that there are
If
witches.
you think that I am one, then I say there are none.
You surely do not play against the gospel. The gospel!
She believed in the gospel, every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
She do not mean to doubt the gospel, sir. You cannot think it. This be a Christian house, sir. A Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be baptized quickly. Let you go without fail each Sunday in your Sabbath prayer. Let you keep a quiet, solemn way among you. I think.
Giles! Francis! Giles, what's the matter?
They take my wife and Rebecca Nurse,
Rebecca's in the jail?
John, Shiver come and take her in his wagon. We've only now come from the jail.
They'll not even let us in to see them.
I'm surely going wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? Sure, he mistakes these people.
Pray, calm yourself, Mr. Hale.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey. There cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
Aye. How is Rebecca charged, Mr. Ness?
For murder she's charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Leave me, sir. Rebecca Nurse be tainted. Then nothing's left to keep the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. The court will send her home. I know it.
Cannot mean she's to be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember, till an hour before the devil fell, God thought you beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said she were reading books.
Exactly what complaint were made on your wife, Mr. Corey?
That bloody mongrel Walcott charged her. You see, he buy a pig from my wife 4 or 5 years ago. And that pig died soon after. So he came dancing back in for his money. And my mother, she says to him, Walcott, if you have not the wit to feed a pig properly, you will not live to own it, she says. And now he goes into court and claims from that day he has not been able to keep a pig for more than 4 weeks because my mother bewitches him with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Mr. Cheever, good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I am clerk of the court now, you know.
It is a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven, must now blood in hell. You're blood like this. Do you know that?
You know yourself I'm a suicide cult. You surely know that, Giles. And I is like you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law, all this tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
What say you? A warrant for my wife? You said you were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I'm given 16 warrants tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams, Doctor.
Abigail. On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not search your house. So will you hand me any poppets your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I never kept no poppets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
This is Mary's.
Would you please give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No. Nor this one either till tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Poppet. A poppet may signify. Now, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Fetch Mary, dear.
No, no. I am forbid to leave her from my sight.
You leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why they say they signify that she. Why, this. This!
What's that?
Why, it is a needle! Willard, it is a needle!
And what signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard with her, Proctor, this. I had my doubts, Proctor, I had my doubts, but here's calamity. You see it, sir? It is a needle!
Why? What meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams. She sat to dinner in Reverend Paris's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor. Like a struck beast, he says, and screams a scream that a fool would weep to hear. And he goes to save her, and stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly. He draw a needle out. They demanded of her how she became to be so sad. She testified it was your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she done it herself! I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr. Hale.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir. And in the belly of this poppet the needle struck. For I tell you true, Proctor, I've never wanted to see such proof of hell. And I bid you obstruct me not, for I swear this.
Mary! Mary, come here! Mary, come here! How did this poppet come to be in my house?
What poppet's that, sir?
This poppet! This poppet!
Why, I think it is mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come to be in this house?
Why, I made it in the court, sir, to give to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, sir, do you have it?
Very warm. A needle had been found inside this pocket.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuffed the needle in yourself.
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
Child, are you certain this be your natural memory? May it be perhaps that someone conjures you even now to say this?
Conjures me? Why, no. I am entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewn in the court. Let you ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him be gone, mister. Your mind is surely settled now. Bid him out, mister.
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder upon Abigail.
Murder! I charged
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle was found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me.
Aye.
Why, the girl is murdered! She must be ripped out of the world!
You heard that, sir. Ripped out of the world. Willard, you heard it.
Out with you.
Proctor, you dare not touch that warrant.
Out with you.
You ripped the deputy governor's warrant, man.
Damn the deputy governor. Out of my house. Out with you.
Mr. Proctor,
Get you gone with him. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she's innocent...
If she is innocent, why does no one wonder if Paris be innocent? Or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are as we always were in Salem. But now the little crazy children are jangling the keys of the kingdom. And common vengeance writes the law. That warrants vengeance. I will not give my wife vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not go.
John, I have 9 men outside. Cannot keep her, John. The law binds me. Cannot budge.
You will see her taken.
Proctor, the court is...
Pontius Pilate! God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John! John! I think I must go with him.
No.
John. Mary, there is bread enough for the morning. You will bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor assure his daughter. You owe me that, and much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you home soon.
John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean upon that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I have gone to visit someone sick.
Willard Dawkins! Damn you men, I will not have a chain! Take them all, will not have a chain, Willard! Damn you men, you son of a bitch! It is a fraud! You know it is a fraud! What keeps you, man? Nothing wrong, John. I will pay you, Willard! I will surely pay you!
God's name, John, I cannot help myself. I must chain them all, and I'll let you keep in this house till I am gone. Man, are you blind?
Mr. Proctor,
Out of my sight!
charity, Proctor, charity. But what I have heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. I cannot judge her guilty nor innocent. I know not. Only this consider. The world profits nothing. You should lay the cause of all this to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward. Will you be ordained in God's own tears? You are a coward now!
Proctor, I cannot thank God who provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. and Hagen's promise. Let you look the cause proportionate. For there's the only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. Think God calls man, and let you help me to discover it. Were there murder done, perhaps, never brought to light? Abomination, some secret blasphemy that speaks to high heaven. Think on cause, man, that you help me to discover it. But there's the only way. If I make oath to heaven, there's the only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. But you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village, and what may have brought from heaven such a thundering wrath upon you all. And pray God open our eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
Tell me, John, are we lost?
Go home, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
Let you think on it. We'll come early, eh?
Go home, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her come home once the court's given proper evidence.
You will come open to the court, Mary Warren. You will tell it in the court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell the court how that puppy come to be in my house, and who stuck the needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that, and you'll charge falsely on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told me.
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it, I know she will.
Her saintliness is done. We will slide together into our pit. You will tell what you know in the court.
I cannot, George. They'll turn on me.
My wife will never die for me. I will bring your guts up into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot, George. I cannot.
Make your peace with it. Now hell and heaven grapple upon our backs, and all our old pretense is ripped away. Make your peace with it.
I cannot.
Peace! It is a providence and no great change. We are as we always were, but naked now. I naked. In the wind, God's icy wind will blow.
All right, you're gonna have 5 minutes.